Environment Canterbury covers the large and diverse region from the north of Kaikoura to the Waitaki River in the south. Boating in the region is mainly from trailer craft, with inland areas and stunning scenery attracting many. Boating conditions vary from the open coastal environment of Kaikoura to wide braided rivers with changeable bars, the large harbours of Littleton and Akaroa, smaller harbours such as Timaru, and a series of inland lakes, each with its own particular risks to boating. Environment Canterbury navigation safety bylaws cover all waters in the region. The local rules reflect local knowledge as well as feedback from water users and reflect the community's expectations of boating safety, as well as national requirements. Brochures setting out local rules and restrictions and facilities are available for all areas. If you're boating in Canterbury, have a look at our website and make sure you're up to date with our rules and conditions. Kaikoura is famous throughout the world for whale watching, where all boats must comply with special rules when in the vicinity of marine mammals. It's a great place for fishing and diving, but the rocky coast with its seas and currents demands the greatest respect. Local knowledge is essential, and there are many charter boats that can cater for your needs if you're unfamiliar with the area. As we move south, the Canterbury rivers all have dangerous bars and again need local knowledge. The normal speed limit of 5 knots within 200 metres of the shore is uplifted for many of these rivers for jet boating, but there are restrictions at times to avoid conflict with fish spawning. Make sure you're familiar with the bylaws for each river. Further south, Motuno is a popular spot for fishing and diving, with great caution needed at the shallow river entrance. Christchurch offers a boating playground close to the heart of the city, where the city rivers discharge into the Avon Heathcote estuary. It's particularly used for windsurfing, kite surfing, yachting and kayaking, and powerboats can't exceed 5 knots. Respect has to be given to the abundant bird life, and the roosting and feeding areas must be respected. Where the estuary meets the sea at Sumner, the home of New Zealand's oldest lifeboat station, there's an extensive area popular with swimmers, surfers and board sailors, who all enjoy the challenging conditions, strong tides and steep seas. Littleton Harbour is a busy port where small craft must keep clear of the shipping lane and all vessels over 500 tons. The inner harbour is very busy with tugs, ferries and ship movements, and small craft should keep out of the area as much as possible. Visiting vessels should contact Harbour Control on VHF Channel 12. Littleton Harbour caters for a range of recreational boating activities with water ski lanes, mooring areas and yacht racing. Corsair Bay is reserved for swimming and paddle craft. On the southern side of Banks Peninsula, Akaroa Harbour provides one of the finest boating areas in the country. During summer, it's a hive of boating activity, with sightseeing launches, dolphin watching, fishing and many pleasure craft. Southerly winds can arrive though at gale force with almost no warning, creating dangerous conditions for the unwary. Be courteous to others, keep a really careful watch for others on and in the water, and stay within the 5-knot speed restrictions. Between Littleton and Akaroa, the many bays around Banks Peninsula provide shelter from the wind, but are often subject to swell. The many braided rivers of Canterbury provide an exceptional playground, not only for jet boating, but for kayaking, yachting, rowing, whitebaiting, water skiing and angling. Many areas have wildlife that has to be respected and left undisturbed. These rivers are at times very fast flowing. It's essential that every user checks the current and predicted condition before any activity. Many of the rivers have large sections where the speed restriction of 5 knots is uplifted. Here, jet boats and jet skis can enjoy high-speed excitement. All persons on board must wear a life jacket at all times due to the heightened risk. There's plenty of room for every activity, and it's essential you check where the various activities are permitted and where they're not. Visit the Environment Canterbury website and obtain a copy of the free brochure for your area before you go on the water, and obey the signs that are on display at the launching ramps. Make sure you clean your boat and all your equipment thoroughly before you move on to another place. This is the only way we can prevent the spread of pests such as Didymo to other pristine areas. Never forget that rivers have bars that must always be considered to be dangerous. Only cross a bar after getting local knowledge. Always wear your life jacket and make sure you have a means of communicating distress if the worst happens. There are many lakes in Canterbury inland. Some are natural, others are man-made for hydroelectric generation or irrigation. Many of the smaller lakes, especially those with wildlife needing protection, are reserved for non-motorised craft, while others are set aside for powerboating and water skiing. Lake levels can vary considerably in some lakes when ramps become unusable and tree stumps or fences just below the surface are extremely hazardous. Remember, unlike the coast, there are no charts to help you know where the dangers are. Some of the lakes are large and deep and are widely used for all types of recreational activity. Detailed rules apply to every lake and all are different from each other. Make sure you know where there are designated zones, restricted areas, special events and other local rules. Check the Environment Canterbury website before you go and read the signs that are put there to help everyone enjoy the water. Some lakes are closed to the public for special events, such as rowing regattas on Lake Ruataniwha. Hydro lakes are particularly dangerous close to dams and intakes. There's a no boating area for 200 metres above and below each dam. Don't go beyond the buoys and signs that say, "Stop, no boating." Be on the alert for any blind corners in lakes and rivers. Slow down and assume there's another boat coming your way. An angler or kayaker could be just around the corner. Keeping your speed down gives you much longer to see them and react. Even in summer, lake waters are cold. Make sure you protect against the cold when you're in a boat. Survival times in the water are very short if you have an accident. Hypothermia heightens the risk on lakes and rivers, and wearing a life jacket is essential for this reason. Most lakes are sheltered, but wind gusts and funnel effects can cause a placid lake to become dangerous with short, steep waves forming in a few minutes. No matter how experienced you are, anyone can get into trouble in a boat. The Canterbury coastline is fully covered by VHF marine radio, but many areas inland do not have either radio or cell phone coverage. Taking a locator beacon equipped with GPS will provide that essential means of communication wherever you are. The range of boating activity in Canterbury provides something for everyone. Make sure you've got the right safety equipment, plan your trips carefully, be courteous and consider others and the environment, don't take risks, and do remember to visit the Environment Canterbury website to check on the latest information before you go.